One of the things I appreciate about this story is its unique structure, which gives the character of Jim Osborne a circular character arc. It's suspenseful watching him stray onto his crooked path, but then it's even more suspenseful when he regrets his decision and races to return the money before anyone, besides his wife, discovers his crime. I can't think of another heist picture in which the climax revolves around sneaking into the vault and putting the money back. Yeah, there are preposterous plot twists, and it must be hard for a modern audience to believe how lax airline security was back in the day, but I still find this a clever fable about how succumbing to the criminal urge completely alters a person's character. It's bad enough that Jim Osborne decides to become a thief, but the worst part is that his scheme turns him into a jerk. One of those insufferably rude guys you want to punch in the face for thinking they're entitled to cut in line and inconvenience everybody. We'd like to think that today nobody would let him get away with that kind of behavior, but of course, that's not true. Lying and stealing in the pursuit of wealth is now par for the course, and it's made infinitely easier by the anonymity of the internet, where the biggest financial crimes are committed. At least the fictional Jim Osborne developed a conscience before it was too late. If this film was remade now, having the character develop a guilty conscience would be the toughest thing for the audience to believe. In a contemporary retelling, Osborne would dump Laurie, hook up with a porn star, and use the money to fund a tech startup. It is no surprise Dmitry Tiomkin was chosen to score The Steel Trap, since like producers Andrew and Virginia Stone, he was steadfastly independent, never working under contract to any one studio, unlike many of his colleagues. He'd begun his career in Russia, playing accompaniment for silent films, and after emigrating to the United States, he eventually became one of the most sought-after composers in Hollywood. Tiomkin used his status as a freelancer to reset the pay scale for all Hollywood composers and allow for them to retain the rights to their music so they could earn residuals from recorded versions. Although he scored a few classic noirs, Shadow of a Doubt, Strangers on a Train, and Angel Face among them, Tiomkin was most known for his Western themes, of which Red River, High Noon, The Big Sky, and Rio Bravo are among his most well-known. In The Steel Trap, you can hear traces of those scores in the galloping orchestral arrangements used for the suspense scenes. I kept expecting to see John Wayne riding up any second with the cavalry behind him. Next week, we'll celebrate Easter with a tale of redemption and resurrection, noir style. Join me for The Setup, starring Robert Ryan and Audrey Totter. It's another genre classic by director Robert Wise, and arguably the greatest boxing movie ever made. It's 72 minutes of cinematic perfection, and Ryan's personal favorite among all the movies he made in Hollywood. Until then, see you in the shadows.